What up, though? I'm Sick Detroit, man. We in the building. It's your boy Kwame, and we back with another one, man. Please like and subscribe to the page, man. And we here with another important artist. One of my favorite artists. We have a lyricist. We have a music mastermind. We
Thank you.
have a person who give his all into music. And
Nothing
you know what I'm
much.
saying? And when I say that, I mean like the effort, the emotion, the grind, the dedication. We get all of that in one person. You understand? If hip hop in Detroit had a baby, it'd be this man right here.
You silly.
It just makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, we got example in the building, man. What's the deal,
What up,
dog?
though, y'all, man? Just chilling, man. Like they said, life's crap till I'm sick. Always putting on for the city and all the artists.
Man, I wanna get straight into it, man. This project that you got. Explain the name, explain what it means to you. You know what I'm saying? Explain everything that you put into it. Cause I heard a lot of your music, but when you drop this project, I feel good about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like this is a good project that you just put out. I think it's for the city. I think it needs to be heard. I definitely think this is a plus plus, bro.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? So what's the meaning behind this album, man? What's going on? The name, how did you come up with everything?
Man, I was reminiscing the other day about that question. I was thinking when I was a kid, I remember I was just a little boy and I was talking to my pops and shit. And I was like, I asked him, I was like, what happens if you don't go to heaven or hell? And I was like, I said, is there anywhere in between heaven or hell? And he was like, nah, there isn't anywhere. But I was like, and then he said, heaven is like, he basically pointed at the sidewalk. It was like that crack separates heaven and it separates hell. There's nowhere in between that.
Mm,
That crack is just two pieces of concrete. It's either you're on one side or the other side.
mm.
But I believe that life, the life we live, is basically the somewhere in between both places.
That's definitely true.
So, you go through life and you're not going to be perfect. And that's primarily what this whole project is about. It's not being perfect, being imperfect, and being me, seeing it from my perspective, living life basically from the perspective of somebody that was raised in Detroit, that bounced around from place to place and just made something out of nothing.
Mm,
So somewhere in between all of that also, like, I wound it up here.
right.
So it's a lot of concepts to this: flesh, spirit, body, mind, all
Yeah.
of that.
That's what I wanted to get into. Because listening to the project, you know what I'm saying, and knowing you as a person, you know what I'm saying.
Mhm.
I feel like you put your life into this project. You know what I'm saying. I feel
Yeah,
like if anybody want to know who Example is, listen to this project.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how was it like? How did you grow up? Like, what was your childhood like growing up? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was your childhood like, and how did everything play out until you came up to this moment right now?
Man, all together, life has been pretty. To this point, it's been it's been a roller coaster ride. A lot of ups and downs, but still being human. I grew up in foster care, so
Mm,
I got adopted at the age of 5. But before that, I got taken out of the home when I was 2, 3 years old.
mm,
Um, and my mom, she fought for her rights back. But in the 90s, a lot of people was getting taken out of their homes and they
true.
was taking parents' rights.
Right.
So my mom, she eventually lost all her rights, and my father, he gave his rights up, came down to the courthouse and gave his rights up. And then from there, basically, I was just in foster care with my older brother, James.
Mm.
And I got 2 other siblings, Erica and my brother, Ronald. Ronald's father took him, and Erica's grandmother took her. They claimed the rights for
Oh, so
them.
y'all got different fathers.
Yeah, we all got different dads.
Okay.
All 4 of us got different fathers. But basically, me and James went into the system together.
Okay.
And Ronald people took him, Erica people took her. But me and James, our people, they didn't take us, so we went into the system together. And we eventually went from house to house, bouncing around from place to place, even as toddlers. So I always had my brother back. He always had mine. So we just went from place to place until we got adopted.
Okay.
Then we got adopted. That was a different situation, you know. That was a completely different situation. It was something I never really experienced until, you know, you experience it.
How did you overcome being in foster care? You know what I'm saying? Being away from your mother, being away from your family. Like when you reconnected with your, you know what I'm saying, family, did you feel the love from them? Did you feel like that you was just a, you know, not basically a throwaway, you know what I'm saying? And how did you receive the love from your family? How did you overcome being in foster care with your brother?
A lot of tears.
Mm.
A lot of tears.
That's true.
So, you know, just doing a lot of nights crying. And, you know, I was abused. One of the things that I wanted when I got adopted by my father, John Taylor, I was abused. I was born Charles Jackson, but then I got adopted and then I became Charles Taylor.
Okay.
And first going into foster care was hard because being abandoned for real, you know, taking abandonment like as a child, you know, you don't even understand what's going on. You know, I'm just adjusting to a lot of different situations. Everything is coming at me so fast and I have to adjust as a child. So that was like one of the lines I said. Adjustments to ceilings when they change, basically just had to adjust.
Right.
So, but I remember just crying a lot of nights and fighting through and learning, like, you know, I didn't want to, my brothers got abused too. It was two.
Okay.
It was four of us in the house. It was my brother Tommy, my brother John, my brother James, and it was me. I was the youngest. My adopted father, when he used to abuse us, he used to beat us all together. He'd be like, if y'all don't know what's going on, if you don't know what's going on, then I'm gonna have to whoop all y'all ass. But that's a lot. That's Detroit households.
I mean, yeah, but he sounded like he was like more aggressive with it type. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't discipline. It was more something more than that.
Yeah, it was definitely a very aggressive house upbringing. And me being the youngest, I was always in a difficult situation because it was either get my ass beat by my pops or get beat up by three of my brothers. So I could get one ass whooping or I could get three. So I had to take that one ass whooping every time.
Right.
But, you know, I can laugh about it now, but I think, like, you know, being resilient through everything that was ever thrown at me and just coming out on the other side as the person that I am today, I always had ambition to be here.
Right.
And that's what got me here, really. Just the ambition to be the person that I can look back and be, you know, make that child proud.
Right.
You know, so all those tears and shit, everything that I went through, all the pain, all the suffering, I was trying to strive to get somewhere.
Right.
And I'm not there just yet because I have a lot more ambitions, but I'm on my way.
Right.
And so every day I strive, I get up to make that child proud, the person I was when I was a kid and fighting through all that. That's my ambition every day, is to make that child proud and to do for my family.
And that's a very good point, bro. You know, because anybody in that situation will just have to, you know what I'm saying, pray, you know what I'm saying, have faith, you feel me? And I feel like that's what you had, you know what I'm saying? The whole, you know, whether it's a bad situation or a good situation, you gotta have faith.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But some people might not know how to handle it like you handle it. You know what I'm saying? Some people might go to jail, you know what I'm saying, do other things, drugs and stuff like that, just because they come from that bad situation. So what can you tell, you know what I'm saying, a kid that grew up in your similar situations, like foster care and everything like that? Like, what can you tell him or her?
Well, I'm looking to show them, you know, one of the things is I want to be very present with that system as I grow, as I become a person that grows more into success. I'm looking to show them a way too. But, you know, one of the things I would like to tell them is just always look in the mirror and look at yourself and know that nothing can stop you, even when you're in a situation, because you're going to go through the pain, you're going to go through the tears.
Right.
But the only thing that can stop you is you.
Right.
You know, it's a lot of adversities in the system, and then it's a lot of adversities in Detroit, you know, especially if you're a foster kid in Detroit. You know, they used to only give me $122 every 6 months to buy clothes.
Hey.
You know, so it was hard being a foster child. My foster mother, she was already on a budget. So I had to make that $122 work. You know, that didn't stop people from picking on me. That didn't stop people from, like, you know, attacking me. But I used to have to make shit work. So I used to take that $122 to Foreman Mills.
Is it true that you had to walk to school on the freeway or some shit like that?
Oh man, that was one night I was at work, man. I had to walk home. I walked from Romulus to Detroit.
Dang.
Because I called my foster mother. Man, that took me like 5 or 6 hours. That's when the Fort bus used to run 24 hours though.
Mm-hmm.
That shit took a long time. It was on a Sunday. I remember that shit.
I heard you went to school with Gmac Cash.
Oh man, me and Gmac used to be posted in the hallway.
Shout out Gmac Cash.
That man, Gmac. He used to be talking so crazy to me. He'd be like, nigga. He'd be like, man. He'd be like, I'll rap your ass, Chuck. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
Oh yeah, that's what it was on.
I'll rap your ass. I'm like, man, whatever, dog. Whatever, man. I'm like, you really can't out-rap me.
Right.
We'd just be posted.
Right.
Every morning we used to link up and shit.
That's what's up.
That shit crazy to see how far he's coming, you know, how far he's been able to take it.
He's doing definitely good. He holding the city down. You know what I'm saying? He doing Detroit, this shit, man. Shout out Gmac Cash.
The Pistons won again.
Yeah, right.
So it's amazing to see how far he come for real.
So it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying, you doing your thing in school. You know what I'm saying? You overcoming foster care and everything like that. You feel me? So when did this music first hit you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know you always listen to music, everything like that, but when did that first day come where like you was thinking like, man, I'm about to rap?
It's always really kind of been my nature for real. Like music has always been in my nature. So my first foster parent was a preacher. He was a pastor.
Okay.
So I was kind of like a pastor's kid for probably like 6 months to a year.
Right.
And like, you know, choir, people were singing. And then when I was going from place to place, I was always in church. So music was always a part of my upbringing. So I started rapping when I was like 12 years old.
Okay.
And it was me, one of the guys that used to be my homies, and my brother James. We started all rapping together, putting music on SoundCloud, just freestyling. But it was just natural. I just picked it up, and it was something I never really put down. So as I kept going from 12, I just be rapping in hallways and shit like that. And then I started just rapping. I used to get off the bus. The Jefferson bus used to run all night, but the Connor bus didn't. And I lived off Dickerson a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
So I had like a mile to walk home every night after I got off work. And I just be rapping from Jefferson to the crib every night.
Well, what year was you? Let's do a timeline. When you start rapping?
I started rapping, man, when I was 12, so that's 20 years ago. 20 years ago.
20 years in the game.
Is that 20 years in the game?
You know what I'm saying? You got 20 years in the game, man. That's what's up. So you doing your music shit, you know what I'm saying? So, like, when did this bump in with, you know what I'm saying, Where's the 5'9"? You know what I'm saying? Shout out Where's the 5'9"? When did this come along?
Well, man, I worked at Greektown Casino. There was this guy there. His name was Jared. Cool cat, man. Everybody called him Bubba. He basically linked me up with Adrian Tanone, and that's a guy who was managing Vicious at some time for a short time, and they had a record label called Sikkim Records. I met up with Adrian first, and we chopped it up because he saw my video. I got a video named Sheep. Okay. I shot that shit just out the love for the music after I dropped my first project, The Losers.
Deceptions to perceptions, I'm just trying to intercept it. Lost my mind, road raging in the intersection. It's progression to oppression, or will at the Great Depression. I tried to send a message, but I didn't have reception. It should lead to my frustration.
And then from there, it was just, you know, met Adrian. Everything seems so fast now. Met Adrian, I met Vicious. Vicious had a show in Pontiac. Bubba took me out there. And then when I met Vicious, everything just pretty much was happening so quick. Okay. At such a young age, like, I can't even explain it for real. Right. I was getting beats off YouTube to make a project, and then before I knew it, it was turned around and I was in a room with Royce.
Okay. Like, what was the process, and how did it feel being in you know, obviously it's worse than 5'9". You know what I'm saying? You said you was kind of young, you feel me? So like, what did you learn from being around such a legend like Royce the 5'9" and everything like that? Like, what did you pick up and like, was it fun or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how did it go?
I learned competition.
Oh, that's
so
deep.
Royce is a very competitive person. And that was what I learned in that atmosphere, is that it's competitive. And like, you know, I've always been a competitive person, but my nature is to work with everybody, you know, so I can compete, but I still want us to work. and I transformed that competition into us being together, because you can compete and be separate. And I feel like that's more of what that atmosphere was. Everybody compete and do their own thing. But I feel like I learned how to be more poised as an artist too, because I've seen his creative process and I understand it from a perspective of the outside looking in.
Right.
But I saw him make the allegory.
Okay.
So from just that perspective and just being in that atmosphere, you know, the intent was amazing. Vicious taking on a lot of mentorees.
Okay.
And, you know, that's pretty much all I learned from being in that atmosphere. It was a competitive nature.
Yeah. So you say it was like real competitive.
It was very competitive.
Did you get on the track with him? Like,
No, I never got on the track with Royce.
Okay.
No.
You was just in there scouting, doing your studying it, you know what I'm saying?
You expect it to be something that it's not. So it's like you expect it to be like, all right, there's this set steps for us to become successful in this. Like, you know, you follow what he does and they're gonna lead you to success, but that's not what it is. Okay. And that's one thing that I've learned from that too. It's like you gotta do what you did to get there. Like how I was getting those beats and making music myself. You gotta do everything. What I let that experience do is knock me off track from what I should have been doing already and what I did to get there.
Right.
So that's the one takeaway that I would say I would have changed. Okay. Is that if I kept everything, my process, if I gathered that process and kept that same process that got me there, who knows what would have, you know what I'm saying, what would have transpired. So
I mean that's still a win in your book still. You know what I'm saying? Just
definitely.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't really like, okay, it didn't work out or whatever the case is. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You a young kid from Detroit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You in a whole studio with a legend from Detroit.
Definitely.
In the industry for real. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to call a spade, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
You feel one of the best lyricists. You know what I'm saying? So you being a lyricist. You know what I'm saying? I put you in a category of a lyricist.
Thank you.
You got all different genres of music.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I feel like that's what you get from this album. You know what I'm saying? So coming from Detroit, you know our style of rapping. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about the streets. We're going to talk about reality. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like you as a lyricist, you know what I'm saying, you go deeper than that. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I listen to this project, I ain't hear about how big your rims is on your car. I ain't hear about how much money you got in your pocket. I ain't even hear about how many females you slept with. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
And I really need that shit. Like that shit, bro, like, you feel me? So do you feel like, coming from Detroit, do you feel like lyricists you feel like you get your respect of the lyricists, or do you feel like lyricists overall get respect coming from Detroit?
I don't feel like lyricists get respect coming from Detroit, but I don't take that as what my perspective of music is. A completely different perspective than most people might have. I feel like lyricists had their time in Detroit, and like I feel like now it's the music we have now, they're having their time. Right. So I view music as times. So I don't think about it from a perspective of us not getting our shine, because we had our shine. I feel like what happened is people didn't utilize their power in the correct manner, because if you utilize your power in the correct manner, you'll be able to get, like I said, those steps. You'll be able to help somebody step up that's supposed to take the crown too. Right. So that's how I feel about it. And I feel like what's happening now with people, I feel like, what's his name? Sada Baby. Sada Baby helped Skilla Baby. T Grizzly helped. Man, what's my dog name? Real niggas first, family over money. Kingpin Dream, Trap Bounce Jump.
You talking about Babyface?
Babyface, right? Yeah. So I feel like everybody that's in a position, that's in those positions, they help those people as they was growing. So I feel like that's the disconnect between a lyricist, and because we have that competitive nature. Okay. And then what we have now is we got hustle rap, we got hustle music. Right. And I feel like they hustling and then they looking back, because that's how the streets is. Right. Somebody, OG always gonna be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Let me put Young Dog in position. So I just feel like lyricists got that competitive nature, and the the hustle. They be spitting that shit too.
Yeah, they
And but they got that hustle mentality. Like, I'm gonna put my dog on.
Right.
And I feel like that's where the disconnect was.
Okay. Damn, that's deep. I mean, honestly, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, listening to this project, you showed how many genres you could bump into. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like this living testament.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Explaining the artwork, like where did you come up with it?
Man.
And
So
what did that mean to you?
another
You know
thing
what I'm
that
saying?
the music means is the whole music to me, it means Detroit. So like from my perspective, it's like if you think about a lot of different songs in the culture of our city, it just, to me, it's just how I picture Detroit, how I picture a lot of us, like, you know, like High Hos, for example.
Right.
You know, High Hos is a perspective.
That's
like
my shit.
I came up in the city, like
Yeah.
it was a time where we had that saying, where the hoes at?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we go to the Riverwalk and, you know, we be downtown.
Right.
And, like, nigga hit you up on the phone, where the
Right.
hoes at, bro?
Right.
So that's just like from that perspective. And then Living Testament is more like, you know, just my experience growing up in Detroit and having conflicting situations with different people, and having a conflicting situation with myself, and looking in the mirror and be like,
Right.
looking at my family, looking at my friends, and, you know, that's just that perspective. And then was relating what's happening now to the 90s, to the 70s, all the way back to slavery, and just bringing a lot of different different approaches to life.
So it's more the music to you then.
Yeah, it's life.
You know what I'm saying? And I like to ask every artist this. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know, I used to be an artist, you know what I'm saying, back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know
what was your rap name?
You know what I'm saying? Kwame.
Kwame.
You know what I'm saying? And my first rap name was Seven. You know what
Seven.
I'm saying?
That's dope.
You know,
but Seven.
I like to ask, like, everybody, you ask a young artist, you know what I'm saying, what you want to be? He said, I want to be a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
You ask him why? To get my mom out the hood, to,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, to get a big house, get a chain. Every rapper wants to, you know what I'm saying, want music to do something for them.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you ask any rapper, he'll say the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? I want music to do this for me. You know what I'm saying? But I like to ask every artist, what have you done for music?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, what have you done for the culture? You get what I'm saying? What have you done for our people? You get what I'm saying? What have you done to push hip hop forward? Because at the end of the day, no matter what city you come from, you feel me? No matter where you at in the world, you know what I'm saying? Guess what? Hip hop not going nowhere. They gotta keep moving forward.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? What have you gave to the music?
Man, everything. Everything. My life is just, I look at myself just like, you know, what am I not willing to sacrifice?
Right.
And that's the question I ask myself. And those things, my integrity, you know, my peace somewhat, because I will sacrifice peace when it comes to a certain level, but ultimately I want to have peace. But just strict morals, like family, not willing to sacrifice family, but I'm willing to sacrifice time.
Right.
I've invested with other artists and made music with other artists.
Right.
And, you know, help them cultivate their ideas just from the position of loving music.
Right.
You know, written with country artists, written with pop artists, written with hip hop artists, written with legends. I've been in a room with a lot of different people, and I've, you know, kept my, did what I was supposed to do for the music. And my whole goal all around is to help everybody that I can come in touch with, to help all my brothers, everybody that's here for me, and be able to create an epicenter so that we can all come into a creative atmosphere where we could just be creative and not have to worry about a lot of the different burdens that come with creativity in today's society. So I'll give my everything to music. And I'm going to continue to give my everything to music. Just the space, creating different spaces, lately, I did something for the homies. I went on my way to do for us, because I feel like just getting us to the next level, it's going, when it get us there, we'll be able to take that step. And it's not for me, it's for all of us, because of shit. If my dog Need, if he blow up, my cousin Twine, he blow up. I got My guy, sure God, he
Right.
blow up.
Right.
We never know what's gonna work. So being able to make those sacrifices when it's time to make sacrifices, it's not even a second thought for me.
Right.
I'm always on go. My people be having to slow me down, like, bro, don't be doing this, don't be doing that. I'm like, man, I gotta do this, I gotta do
Right.
that. I gotta do it.
Right. So do you feel like it's worth it after it's all said and done? After you achieve all your goals with this music, you know what I'm saying? You could go to the BET Awards next month. You know what I'm saying? After it's all said and done, you know what I'm saying? Like, what would be the next thing?
I
You know what
think
I'm saying? Like, I know you would never stop making music. You know what I'm saying? But like, do you always stay in the music pocket? You know what I'm saying? What else do you do? You know what I'm saying? Like, after it's all said and done, like, what else would you invest in, or what? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's your plans?
man, I have ideas to basically create like a creative epicenter, and in that creative epicenter, I also want to do theater. I want to do
Okay.
painting. I want to create any opportunity that I can, like create connecting AI with creativity. You know, if I had accessibility when it comes to finances, then I would be trying my best to. If that was my full-time job, then I would be trying
Okay.
my best to put creatives in the places where they can make,
Right.
regardless of what it is, TV, commercials, gaming, whatever it is. My goal is to be completely creative and be
Okay.
that creative person and be that outlet like how Proof was back in the 90s for us,
RIP Proof.
and be able to create those spaces for us and make it safe, So always just be creative. That's my goal, is to always be creative. Transition my life from working now into
Right.
being a full-time creative
Right.
all around the board. Theater, movies, music videos for other people, writing for other people. But I'm proud of it now. To answer your
Right.
other question, I'm proud of myself now. I
Yeah.
live in the day. I live in
Right.
today. And that's all I can do.
Right.
So I try to enjoy every moment. Even this moment we having right now. This
Right.
is an opportunity that I would have not gotten if I didn't release the project I released 2 weeks ago.
Right.
I'm here now because of
Right.
that. So because I'm here now, I have to appreciate what's happening now based on what I did yesterday.
Right.
So everything leads up to now.
Right.
Tomorrow, when it happens, it'll happen. But I'm super happy for what we have now.
Right.
We got each other.
Definitely proud of your project. You know what
Thank
I'm
you, bro.
saying? Definitely something. It's very hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It's music. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It ain't nothing that you listen to one time. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
You
you.
feel me? And I want to tip my hat off to you for
Somewhere in
sure. For
between.
sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So like back to like the sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Like what have you sacrificed for this music shit?
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like you don't care nothing about nothing else but coming to the studio. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Like, what sacrifices have you made?
Man, it's a lot of different things that I made. Like the booth. I built the booth with my brother. The room, the carpet, laying the carpet, learned how to do carpet for that.
Right.
All of that just to be in here writing music. I've wrote music for other people to learn how to structure songs.
Right.
Sacrificing money. Money is literally just an accessibility to me to get here. So sacrificing my pride, being able to go into places and learn and be put out of those places. I've been put out of rooms before that I was supposed to be in, but I didn't know how to maneuver in those rooms.
Right.
So sacrificing my pride, humbling myself, man, I had to humble myself a lot of times. I went from being like, I'm one of the coldest niggas I think I am, to being like, I'm not that cold, and I'm not that nigga. I had to take the approach of the back door and be like, I'm not that nigga, but I want to be in a room and I want to write. I want to write with Louis Hensley. I want to write with Ellie Simons. I want to write with Lola Damone. I want to write for these people. I had to sacrifice my pride, humble myself completely, and disregard my music and go learn so much from other people and be willing to understand what that type of sacrifice makes. That shit had me in a bad place, man.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't see this.
Right.
But I knew like, okay, my approach. Cause like I took an example from Ty Dolla $ign. He wrote a lot of music for other people before he started writing his own music. So I was a student of the game. I had to take his approach and then implement that shit into myself. Like I can write music. So just taking that writers, and that shit got to open so many doors. It taught me how to engineer. It taught me, and then taking that engineering approach and then putting it on Dreams Come True When the World Falls Apart. Right. I made A&T and being able to have an engineering approach there and being back on the back end of that also, and not being, I wasn't, you know, it's not all one day. It took a long time for me to get here. Like, but everything is a step-by-step approach. Right. So it wasn't all easy. It was not easy. And then getting my job, working 12 hours daily to get money so that we can do this and continue to put ourselves forward. Sacrifice is everything to me. It's the way forward. That's it. That's all. That's who I am. I'm Sacrifice.
Man, that's deep. For sure. And like your process of making the music. You get what I'm saying? Like, do you like making the music, or like after it's said and done, you listening to the song that you just made? Like, what process do you like better? You feel me? Like, what you love, but just the process of making the music or actually hearing your music?
My musical process is really different. Right. So I am in love with making the music, but the music takes a long time for me to make. Right. Because I be trying my best to be like, get it to a perspective for where it can sound good. Just not to me, but like to me, I'm lying, but sound good to me. Because I feel like if it sound good to me, then it's gonna sound good to a lot of different people. So I be taking my time when it comes to certain songs, because I'm not gonna say I'm a perfectionist, but I want it to make sense. And I want you to be able to feel something. Right. And if I rap or if I write some lyrics and I'm like, I don't feel anything, if it's not gonna move me, then how can I expect it to move you? Right. So my favorite part is creating the music, sitting down with the music, hearing the beat. Because a lot of times the instrumental got to talk to me before I write. Right. So that's pretty much my favorite part of it, is just creating the music.
Create the music.
Yeah.
Far as, you know, a deal, you know what I'm saying, or independent. Yeah. What's your approach on that?
I think that it all depends on who the individual is. If it makes sense for you, then it makes sense for you. As far as a deal for me, at this point in my life, like, a deal would have to make completely sense. Right. It may have to make sense, because my approach to music is different than everybody else's approach to music. My approach to music is hearing, this song made me cry. Right. You know what I'm saying? This song did something for me. So my approach to music is, that's my level of success. So if you can put a number on that, what's the number? Right. You know what I'm saying? If I'm invoking emotion, because that's what entertainment means, it means to invoke emotion. So if you listening to my music and you being entertained in any way, but then you still feeling something, you feeling the passion, right? How can you put a number on passion? So for me, I'm already a successful musician, 100 times over.
For sure.
Yeah, it's nothing nobody can really give me. So, and we created, my whole thing is to create that epicenter. Okay. A lot of times people sign deals and they get benched. Right. So.
But why is that though? Like why they get benched? Like what the fuck be going on?
You said why they get benched? I don't know why.
I don't be understanding. Like, bro, you was the coldest. You feel me? Like, your ass got something. It's like,
it's simple. You buy the competition. It's just like everything else.
Wow, I ain't think of it like that.
You buy the competition.
Damn.
So if you buy your competition, then you really don't have to. You don't have to worry about the competition if you buy them.
That's crazy. I ain't never think of that.
So if you sign a deal, if I signed a deal, I have to have creative control. Wow. I want that more than money. I want that. You can have a percentage of the masters, but I want to be able to release my music, and I want to be able to release my music when I want to. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important part. So that way, if they sign you to a label deal, an album deal, you can be able to put out as many albums as you want to get out of that album deal. Right. But if you don't have that creative control and that creative control release, then you're not going to be able to get out of your deal. Right. And that's how some artists get stuck in deals for 10, 20 years without being able to release any music. Right. Because they didn't have that creative control. Right. So that's the most important part to me. The money is cool, but being able to get the money, get the music, and push the music, and because that's what people sign deals for too, is to
Right.
get the music out there.
Right.
But
Do you feel like it's important for a young artist to learn the business first or critique his work first, as far as rapping?
I think it's important to learn the business first. I think it's important to learn the business, and I feel like if you look at the approach of many different artists, you know, they learn the business. Because if you
Right.
learn the business first, you won't get fucked in the game for
Right.
real. But if you don't know the business, you're just gonna go into it being a good ass rapper.
Because you so focused on rapping instead of learning the business, right?
Yeah, you know, it's a lot of artists that can't make music because they trapped in a label deal.
Wow.
So that's my approach to it.
Damn. So it's called like I'm sick, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm sick moment. You feel me? Like when was the first moment when you was like, damn, I'm sick with this shit? Like ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying, on your level right now. How that moment feel?
Man, when I had my first I'm sick moment, man, I want to say it was like I had a moment where I was in that competitive field I was telling you about earlier, and I was in a room, and we was going out on the stage.
Okay.
We was backstage at the Chandler Park. Not Diana Ross.
Aretha Franklin?
Aretha Franklin Park. Yeah, and Royce was opening for the Roots.
Okay, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, so Vicious had a set too.
Okay. And this when you was
Yeah, this
with
one
him?
I was. Yeah, this one is when I was.
So you
with
actually got to see the Roots and everybody?
Yeah.
How'd that
Black
go?
Thought. I met Black Thought. It was cool.
Right.
I told Black Thought, I gave him his flowers. I was like, thank you for, your work. He was like, appreciate you, homeboy. Kept it moving and shit. So, that was dope as fuck.
Okay.
That was a dope ass moment for real. I feel like I was vibing. I was in my zone in that moment, and I was super competitive, and I was like, man, I feel like I was getting to the next stage. I'm like, man, this is it. Paul Rosenberg walked by. You just in that nature. You just in there.
Right.
You just like, damn. And that shit, you go from being in the studio to being at the Aretha Franklin Park, and
Right.
I went on stage with Vicious during his set.
That's crazy.
So that was a different time,
Uh-huh.
and I did that all off of one album.
Right.
So one mixtape. And I was like, man, this one tape got me here. All I was doing was, like I said, I was getting beats off YouTube, cooking up.
Right.
I was cooking up in my room, waking up.
Right.
I used to set an alarm, 5:30 a.m. every morning. I'd get up at 5:30 and I'd write songs. I had a song called Sheep, and that's how I came up with that song.
Right.
And it was like, I just used to wake up, and like the first thing that came to my mind was wake up out my sleep.
Right.
And then that's pretty much, I used to set an alarm every morning, 5:30, go on YouTube, look for beats,
Right.
throw the beats on, and start typing away.
Damn. That's deep.
And then
man.
that shit from the room to the stage.
Dang, man. So you was basically in the midst. Like that's like the only one thing that I can say about some artists is, you know what I'm saying, is have experience. You get what I'm saying? Like some experience be the best teacher sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know how to move around in rooms where it's big faces. You know what I'm saying? And you around important people. You feel me? And sometimes you don't want to be the know-it-all at every room you go in. You know what I'm saying? You want to learn from people. You feel me? And you want to be around certain people that can sharpen you. You know what I'm saying? And make you a better person as an artist or whatever you want to do in life for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of misleading out here. You get what I'm saying? And
You said misleading?
yeah, misleading. You feel me? So if
What
you
you
can
mean?
like, so if a young artist come up to you and be like, man, what should I do? I'm doing a show with so and so, but like, what advice would you tell them? Like, how to move around, like with big artists and stuff like that, being a small artist.
If a young artist came to me and said he getting off and he getting in the position,
Like, what advice? Because you got experience.
yeah,
That's why I'm asking. You know what I'm saying? Like, what can you tell a young artist?
man, the same thing. Just keep working on what you've been working on. There's a lot of those different experiences. A lot of those people, when you get into these rooms, they try to change who you are.
Right.
They try to change your nature.
Right.
And changing your nature ain't gonna work.
Right.
Because you can only be you. Because that's what's gonna sell. The whole thing is having a brand. And you creating a fake brand gonna have you losing yourself and losing your way. You know what I'm saying? If you lose your way, you're gonna look up and see a bunch of people around you that you don't know.
Right.
And if you lose, and that's basically what I went through. I lost my way. But with the foster care shit, I ain't even have a lot of people coming out, because I met my family when I was 19 years old. So I ain't get to know my family all the way until as I got older. So basically I ain't have a foundation. I was in that shit alone.
Right.
So it was me, my homies, we was just trying to do shit. So just stick to your foundation, stick to your people. Keep your people around you. Keep your real people around you, because that shit'll come and it'll be gone fast. But if you keep your people around you, that's what's gonna matter more than everything. Because if all the lights go, you still gonna have your people with you.
Right.
And if all the lights here, you still gonna have your people with you.
Right.
And that's what's gonna make you more successful than ever, is having your people with you. Because they're gonna keep you grounded. So that's the best experience. That's the best advice I can give anybody for anything you do in life.
Right. Y'all heard what he said. All the young artists, you know what I'm saying? This is a perfect person to learn from, because you have experience in the game. You know what I'm saying? He's going places, you feel me? He's dedicated. You know what I'm saying? He been through the fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, what would you change from your childhood if you could?
What would I change from my childhood if I could? Man, I be fucked up about my brother sometimes. My brother James, I be fucked up about that. That would be like, the only regret that I have in life is that he couldn't hear me, and I can't make him hear me. So, like, that's the thing that fucked me up the most, like, more than everything, when I be thinking about a lot of shit, is that my brother just couldn't hear me.
Right.
So that shit be fucking me up a lot. My brother in jail right now. He facing a lot of time. So
Damn. Sorry to hear that.
Just knowing where we came from, knowing where we came from, because I was right there. I was getting beat with my brother because I wouldn't tell. So to know all the whoopings and shit, to all the abuse we went through, my only thing is, my adopted father, he kind of manifested. He put it like an evil manifesting, and he spoke that shit into existence. He used to always tell us, you either gonna end up dead in jail or living off some bitch.
Right.
When we was kids, I was like 7, 6, 7, 8. He was telling us this. He had beat our ass, told us to go to bed, and then like, y'all the stupidest kids in the motherfucking world.
Right.
Y'all either gonna end up you're dead in jail or living off some bitch.
Right.
And like, that was like my motivation right there, with him telling us that, he was telling us that shit. I'm like, I always think, man, I ain't gonna end up none of that shit for real. You feel me? I ain't gonna end up none of that shit. You can say that shit, but I'd be in bed crying, like, I ain't gonna end up none of that shit. And I was trying to lead my brother. I was trying to lead him the way, like, he'd go to jail, he'd get out of jail. And I'd be like, not even that, man. In the life he was living, it was a lot of plays and shit. Like, I just had a lot of plays. Like, man, when they started selling houses for like 1,000, like, you're not doing everything right. You're not moving the right way outside, to get what you do, without saying too much, So I'm trying to set up plays and move the right way for us. Like, they were selling houses for 1,000 back when we was 18, 17 years old.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was trying to get 1,000 and buy a crib and fix it up for us.
Right.
Then I was trying to get another 1,000 and buy another crib and fix it up for us.
Right.
I just wish sometimes my brother would have listened to me and came on board with that shit. And it's just a lot of shit when we was kids. I used to always be trying to talk to him, and like, so that's the one. I don't have no regrets from the shit that I did, because I'm only human and so is he. But I just wish I heard him. When he talk, I heard him.
Right.
I just wish he could hear me.
Yeah. So I would have asked you,
What up, though?
out of this whole project, if you could pick one out of all songs, if you could pick one bar, one lyric,
Mm.
what would it be?
If I could pick one lyric,
What would it be out of the whole project?
man, that's tough. It's tough. It's a lot of lyrics. It's a lot of lyrics. There's some shit in there too, man.
I know. That's why I asked you that.
I don't even think that's fair because I was just talking about my brother. I don't know, man. Man, I think it's too much. It's a lot going on, man. From the beginning to the end, that shit hard, man.
What mean the most? Which part? Like,
It's hard. It's hard to say what mean the most to me because it's all times. You know what I'm saying? To go back in your life and be like, pick a favorite time. That's like you being like, what's more important, your daughter birth or your son birth?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? The nigga asking you that is wild. Like, which one was more important? Like, which one? Like, damn. That shit all my life is my life in there. So it's like, it's hard, man.
I'll pick one for you.
What up,
you know what I'm saying?
Please, because I can't do that shit.
You can collaborate off of it. Tell me what it means. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you said, even though your mama's on the needle, you still ain't saying that to boosting up your ego.
Mama known for running streets, had our doors open. Detroit, Killer County, we was born hopeless. Jesus covered with the blood, so I know I'm chosen. Pain, because my mama owned that needle. And I never say this shit just to feed my ego. Pain, because some single mothers lost another baby bird and had to leave it by the cross.
Yeah.
Take me through that, bro.
Man, so that song Goatee, man. Goatee, Mac and Goatee is what we used to say. Even though they run parallel, they used to be like, I'm from Mac and Goatee, which is crazy. Because that shit run parallel. They don't run into each other. But Goatee, man. Goatee is just the hood, man. Goatee was just the hood. And, you know, Goatee, you know, Mac. I went to school on Mac in Fairview. We used to walk past Mac and Bewick all the time. And then I started hearing them talk about that shit on the radio. That shit crazy.
Mac and Bewick is the... Bro.
Dog. I used to walk past Mac and Bewick going back. We had my foster mother had, her basically her husband, his name Dale, Mr. Bracy, we used to call him that. That nigga, he lived off of Pennsylvania and Goatee and shit.
Oh, man.
And like, man, we used to walk past Mac and Bewick, and our aunties and our uncles, they had a couch. They had a couch on Mac and Bewick.
Outside the liquor store?
Outside the liquor store, bro. Every day when we used to walk past that shit, he was like, hey, nephew, let me hold $1, nephew. And I used to be like, man, I ain't even got it on.
Right.
I ain't even got it on. I ain't even got nothing for you today. All right, nephew, you gonna have something for me tomorrow? I might, you know. But, man, when I came back, so it's somewhat, you know, that was the Goatee representation of the Goatee, because Pennsylvania and Goatee is right around the corner from Mac and Bewick.
Right.
You know, it's right off of Cadillac and Mac. It's close to there. Spent a lot of my time over there going to Hood Tires and shit.
Right.
Shout out to them, man. Mr. Hood, Eric Hood. He helped me a lot of, steer me in the right direction. Always, he was an OG in the hood, always was giving knowledge, always spending time to talk to us, giving a lot of different people jobs and shit. But not to divert too far from that question. My mother, man, my mom's dude she was on, man. She just battled with drugs for a long time. Ever since I met my family when I was 19 again, she had been battling with drugs for a long time. Last year, she was in the hospital off that shit, man.
Sorry to hear that, man.
And like that shit, we'd be good for a minute. Our relationship be like off and on a lot. I don't really want to, it'd be off and on.
Right.
But a lot of my frustration come from the decisions.
Right.
Not because of who she is, but
The decisions she made.
the decisions she made.
Right.
It's not because of who she is. She's a great person, a very loving individual, but her decisions, her decision making, at times it's always gonna push me, because I'm going to war about my family every time. So that's just who I am naturally, to go to war about my family.
Right.
So, we only get one mama.
Right.
We only get one daddy. I don't know my pops.
Right.
So my mom, she got grandkids and shit, and she just be doing shit that really be fucking with me. Cause I love Deuce, but it's just like, you just be doing shit like, I'm like, yo, we need to be doing this.
Right.
We need to be spending time. Mom, you got to be spending time with your grandkids.
Right.
You know, go spend time with your daughter. Go spend time with your other son. You know, it's a lot of shit that. So with my mom on the drugs and shit, I spoke about that shit briefly. My family, one of my family members even asked about it, but you know, my mom, she, you know, like I said, she, you know, that situation is what it is. She been doing drugs for about, I think, I praying that she clean now, but I never know.
Right.
I never know. But since I was 19, so for a long time now. So, but one of the bars that stood out to me on the song, man, is it's two of them actually. It's two of them. It's no, you probably miss that nigga to this day, but he ain't with you. That's one of them. That's the last bar on Reality.
Uh-huh.
It's actually three of them, but I'm gonna keep it short. I'm gonna do three. No, you probably miss that nigga to this day, but he ain't with you. Liquor in my veins, Martin in my veins, Malcolm in my veins, and then Love. My father sent his only son just to give everything. Love. Yeah. So you know that's pretty much everything, bro. Right. We all got niggas in the hood. Oh, you probably miss that nigga to this day. We all be losing homies and shit that we done came up with. And out of nowhere, these niggas switch up on us. I don't know where niggas be switching up. And you be like, damn, this nigga just switched up on me. I was just fighting other niggas with this nigga about 2-3 weeks ago. Now this nigga switching up on me to shit. That shit can be leaving niggas baffled and shit.
If you could describe your childhood in one word, what would it be?
Perseverance. Perseverance. Pour me another shot.
Yeah, I need it's a shot take after that one. for sure. That's deep.
But perseverance, man.
How did you overcome? You know what I'm saying? Like, how did you, like, what did it take? You feel me? Like,
man, it was hard. It was hard. I was extremely depressed. You know. I deal with a lot of that shit a lot of times. You know, man, it was a rough time. I ain't gonna hold you, man. It was a time in my life when my pops was being extra abusive and I was getting bullied at school for being like, cause he neglected us. So my pops would have he'd have hard times at work and he'd come home and beat our ass. And then I'd be getting bullied at school cause he'd neglect us. Like, but he'd be starving us. He would like starve us and make us eat canned goods. And then like, he wouldn't buy us clothes. So we'd be fucked up and he wouldn't get our haircuts. And then, you know, kids don't know that shit.
Right.
So then I'm going to school. I'm getting bullied at school. Then I'm going home and getting bullied at home for real. So it's like, damn, you know, and that's why I don't blame my brother for a lot of the shit that be happening, because that shit got wild, man. It got to the point where I was like, man, the nigga don't want me fighting at school, because I used to fight all the time. He used to be like, he like, bro, if you get in one more fight, I'm beating your ass, no matter what. No matter if you was wrong or right.
Did you ever have a day where you was about to give up on music? Man,
did I ever have a day that I was about to give up on music? When I was a kid?
I'm saying period.
I don't think I ever thought about giving up on music. Like I said, my approach changed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I went from the approach of being like, all right, let me put my rapping on the back burner, but I'm gonna keep writing for myself.
Right.
But I'm gonna write for other people.
Right.
So I can learn, so I can get my foot in the doors.
Right.
So that was more of my approach. It was never like, oh, I'm giving up on this. I don't think I could for real.
So being a songwriter, you know what I'm saying? How did that work out?
Man, it really worked out just reaching out to people and being like, hey, you need me to write for you.
Okay.
And that was like pretty much everything. And then that one person opened the door for another person, and then that person opened the door for another person.
Right.
And, you know, you never know. Never know. I've written for a lot of different individuals. Some people don't take it serious, some people do. Right. So the way that works, man, the songwriting shit is, you don't really make no money off of it. A lot of artists don't make money off music. So you really gotta have passion for music at the end of the day.
Basically.
Because if you find something else that's gonna pay your bills, a lot of A lot of people be like, all right, I give up on this shit. I ain't about to keep doing this shit.
Right.
But I love it. So.
If you could take, you know what I'm saying, like take back, like you say, don't live with no regrets. You can't live with no regrets type shit. You ever say that? So say if you do make a mistake, you get what I'm saying? And it kind of like affect your future. You get what I'm saying? Just because you, like you say, your brother, he in jail. You know what I'm saying? And things like that. Like, do you ever feel like how can you tell someone to overcome things when they go through shit like that? You get what I'm saying? Like, sometimes, you know, some people grow up good and still fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Some people grow up bad and still fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like on both sides. Like, how would you tell a person that's coming from a big ass crib in the suburbs, you know what I'm saying, or a person that's coming from the gutter? You know what I'm saying? What would you tell those two?
Well, Kwame, my dog, I'll tell you to trust yourself and trust your circle, because it all depends on, like, you got to reflect. So if you, let's say you, for example, let's just say you got a problem with smoking weed. You're spending $1,000 a week on smoking weed, and you ain't got no money to pay your bills, and you fucking up.
Right.
So you got to reflect, and then you got to trust yourself instinctively to be like, all right, I got to make this change.
Right.
Because if you don't trust yourself, then you're gonna fall backwards. And a lot of this shit just got to do with that, having faith in oneself, having faith in your religion, having faith in your friends, and trusting yourself, your friends and family, and trust yourself, trust your instincts. Because even if you make a mistake and it might change the trajectory of some shit, you still would be a solid individual, and you can always fall back on that.
Right. So, like, out of everything, you know what I'm saying, your success, and you know what I'm saying, growing up and everything like that, who are you? I ain't talking about who are you a year ago. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about who are you yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Who are you today? You feel me? Who is example? You feel me? For those who don't know.
Example is a leader. I'm a leader in my community. What it means to lead is to sacrifice. And what it means to sacrifice is put things on your shoulder and keep on going. Like it says, I've been the same person. I've been persevering through life. And that's who I was yesterday. That's who I am today. Even at times when I couldn't see it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's always been there. Right. It's just, I'm aware now. So awareness. So knowing that I'm a leader and knowing what that means. What does it mean to be a leader? It means to disregard myself at times and be like, okay, let me talk to my cousin and see what he say about this.
Right.
My actions aren't always going to be the best. My thoughts aren't always going to be the best. What does it mean to be a leader? And that's what example is.
Right.
Example is a leader. I'm leading. I'm going to lead the way. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to take every step by myself.
Right.
I'm always coming back to my people and asking, what are we doing? How we going to do it? What's the move? If I save up $1 million, I'm going to bring that to the table. Right. Even if I got the $1 million myself, I'm still going to bring that shit to the table.
Right.
And be like, hey, yo, Knox, what we doing? What you think we should do? Right. And when I fall short, I don't hesitate to apologize.
Right.
I'll be like, hey, yo, I fucked up, my bad. And then I move forward. I'll be like, yo, let me know how you feel. Knox might tell me something. He might be like, hey, you got to communicate better. I'll be like, hey, yo, you right. Boom. Move forward. I'm not even going, because that's right. He right in what he's saying, because he's seeing a part of my side that I can't see. Understanding that I'm aware. It's my community. So I'm a leader. And we all leaders, or everybody around me is leaders. We all walking into what we gonna be.
Right.
So we all aware. So awareness, sacrifice, perseverance. That's what example is. A musician, music, God-fearing man, family loving.
Right.
I know what comes first. That's it.
That's dope. Y'all heard it from the goat mouth, you know what I'm saying? Y'all already know what it is, man. So, as far as this project, who you got featured on it? Like, who on it? Who can they listen to on there?
Oh, man, we got Made ENT on there. We got Made ENT. We got a bunch of different producers, man. Got a bunch of different producers. Made ENT, though. My baby Allie. That's my dog. Ray Singer. We got Made ENT. Got Made ENT Twan. Got Made ENT Need. you know, Ali, myself, because I be featuring myself sometimes with all the different styles.
Right.
But that's primarily what we have,
Right.
really, and all the different producers, because I believe that they feature on it. I believe it's all collaboration the whole way through.
Right.
So,
Because when I see the artwork, I see the nigga get whooped.
oh man,
That's the first thing
I
I
can't
saw.
tell you who was the nigga
I
whooping.
saw.
Niggas.
Look, I done see the whip. You know what I'm saying? So like, did you like? How did the people like? What was your get back from that? Like, did you get like good get back or feedback or you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Rio Watkins. He shot the from Rio Visuals. He shot the picture. My ideal of that concept was the whole perspective of the whole perspective, because we was talking about that shit in here. Everybody was in here. They like, nigga, what are you talking about? Like, I was like, man, we got to do this shit. And they was like, man, we was in here when we talked about that shit. I talked about it. We manifested it, and it came true. But, man, people have been. Somebody said that shit made them uncomfortable.
Oh yeah,
yeah. A lot of people have been having backlash on it, but my perspective of it, the whole art concept is we have become our own enemies in a lot of ways. It was a system that was created, that was put in place, was created for us, and we fell right into it. And in so many ways, it's not our fault, you know. You know, African Americans were freed, and then it was like, hey, nigga, go be free.
Right.
You know? And it's like, if somebody gave you $2 billion and said, hey, don't go broke.
Right.
Man, if you don't know if you don't come from money and you don't know the proper steps to keep money, you might lose $1.5 billion before you know how to keep that other 500 million.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then the government might be coming to me like, hey, yo, that 500 million is ours.
Right.
Because you didn't move the right way. So it's all about knowledge and power. So that whole perspective of the visual aspect of it is just who we are and who we become. Because things that have been put into our society, we utilize them, like crack, giving crack to our people and hurting ourselves.
Yeah.
Because 20 years before that was the civil rights movement. So in the 80s, when crack got put into the African American community, 20 years before that, we had a civil rights movement where we was moving together.
Right.
So, and then that's primarily what that's a piece of it. That's a piece of that art. And then another thing I've been hearing is that somebody called me a heretic. But my perspective of it is that we are the people of God.
Right.
You know, and that could be for anybody. Anybody can have that perspective. But my perspective is that as us as African Americans, we are the people of God.
Right.
You know, so I'm not trying to be Jesus in it. My whole thing is that I'm being an Israelite in there, and then I'm being a slave. It's both parts. It's not just one part. Some slave masters used to have black people, some slaves whoop other slaves.
Hell yeah, house nigga. Uncle Tom.
So that's a part of it also. And then the other part of it, the American flag outfit, is them putting the crack into our society and then saying, hey nigga, go to give this other nigga this crack.
Okay.
So the fact that we did that 100 years apart, 140 years apart, you know, we weren't taught. And even when we were, there was so many things that was implemented into our societies from America to separate us. I'm not blaming any African American for not knowing, because we come from a place of not knowing our heritage or where we come from and not having that direct line of descent, because some cultures have direct line of descent. They can tell you who their great grandfather was.
For sure. You ain't lying.
So we don't have that. So that's a lot of that is there too. We somewhere lost in between the lines. So that's that concept. The whole concept. It take like 50 minutes for me to explain everything.
Good. You good, bro.
But
no, that's what I want to do. I want you to explain it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's like I say, it's creative. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So what's next for you?
What's next for me?
After this project, what can we expect from Example?
After this project?
Yeah.
More projects.
For sure.
More creativity.
For sure.
This is just the opening. You know, I'm finally in a position where we can all come together. This is not just me. we all came together to create this. Everybody that you see in this room, we all came together to create this, and we're gonna continue to be creative, and we're gonna create avenues for everybody. It's not just me. That's why my sacrifice is necessary. I go to work and sacrifice for that, for everybody. We gonna get together. I'm always a team player. So that's what's next. It's not just me, because I'm a part of everybody.
Right.
But my music coming next. I'm gonna my whole perspective is try to drop another project next year. I'm gonna start cooking on that, start working on that at the same time while handling a lot of different business.
Right.
Because now that we have this project out, we gotta push it. We're gonna take it to where it needs to go to, while still being creative.
So we about to get into another segment, man.
What up, though?
It's called I'm Sick Question.
What up, though?
You get what I'm saying? So I want to know. I don't want to know because I do know. That's why I'm asking you the question.
What up, though?
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna keep saying what up,
You
though.
probably gonna know it too.
What's up?
I'm Sick Question. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What was the first freeway of Detroit?
The first what?
Freeway of Detroit.
First freeway of Detroit?
Yeah, in Detroit.
In Detroit?
Yeah, the first freeway.
94.
Wrong. It's Davidson.
Davis.
So this next, you know what I'm saying, you can pick whoever, dead or alive. You get what I'm saying? No matter if they live it or not. You feel me? You got one producer. You got yourself, and you got another artist. Who would it be on that song with you, dead or alive?
Dead or alive? Oh, man. Producer. I think I only need one person for both. Because I wouldn't choose two different people. Because either it would be, I'll answer it in a different way. Because both of the people I would choose, I would make the songs with them, and they both producers and artists.
Right.
So that's kind of hard. That's why I said,
Okay.
Can I answer it that
way? No,
way?
you good. However you want to answer it.
So
it's your choice.
Travis Scott or Kanye West? Because Travis Scott is a producer and a songwriter also. Right. So if I work with Travis Scott, I would make a song all around with him.
Right.
And then Kanye West the same way. If I could work with Kanye West, I wouldn't want to take the beat from Kanye West and go work with Travis Scott.
Type shit.
I would want to make the song with Kanye West and write it with him too.
That's dope.
Yeah. So those two artists.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That's it. That's it.
So your top 5 artists of all time.
My top 5 artists of all time. The most influential artist to me, man, I'm gonna be honest. My most influential artist is, my most influential artist is Eminem, Adolescence, Eminem, Adolescence, Linkin Park.
Okay.
Nas.
For sure.
Linkin Park, Nas. What's the last person? Number 5. That's hard. Man, so hard. Thinking the last one is hard. Because you're missing so many people, but
yeah.
Eminem, Adolescence, Nas. Do I have to be music?
Your choice, bro. It's your list.
Oh, man. So Eminem, yeah, let's make it music. Let's stick with music. My last musician. I think I already say, I got to say Kanye West. Kanye West. I feel like he's one of the best in our time. But Eminem is the most influential artist to me because I grew up on Eminem.
Shout out Eminem.
Shout out to him.
That's dope as hell, man.
Yeah.
So, man, we got Example of the building, man. Like I said, man, we back with another one, man. Please like and subscribe to the page, man. Any last words, brother?
Man.
No shout outs you want to give?
Man, I just want to shout out to I'm Sick. Shout out to I'm Sick for always being there for a lot of different artists, you feel me, and giving us a platform. Because without y'all, who knows what platform we would have to be sitting down and doing this, you know? Nobody is relatively doing anything like this in the city, putting on for so many different artists, you know? I want to shout out to my family, my friends. Shout out to Made E&T. Shout out to LA. Shout out to Louis Lee. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Example. Somewhere in between. Go stream that. Go stream somewhere in between. You won't be disappointed, you know? Shout out to Ron Knox. Shout out to Short God. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my dog Trey. Shout out to Cardo. Shout out to HB Ski. HP Baby. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
These are all artists that y'all should be being aware of because they about to be making. We about to hit this ground running. Made in T Need, Made in T Twan. If y'all don't know who they is, man, open your eyes and see. Wake up out your sleep. It's time. Shout out to my family, sister Erica, my brother James, brother Ronald, my mama. Love you, my baby. And that's pretty much all I got to say. Go stream somewhere in between by example. Lead by example. We on the way.
Y'all go get that, man. I'm Sick Detroit, man. We spreading love like germs, man. Peace.